Welcome back to Living Your Abundant Life podcast. Oh my gosh, it's been a minute, but I am so grateful to be back. I am really in this season of allowing God to direct my next step, no matter what that looks like. And I've really pulled back from trying to see the big picture and the end result, which, if you're somebody like me who loves to be in control, that is tricky. But I really felt like God was asking me to step back, get some intention around the podcast, decide what it is I want the purpose to be, what it is He wants the purpose to be, and really align with that. So, this is our very first episode with the new rebrand, and I'm so incredibly excited. I am going to kick us off. I'm going to kick us off with sharing part of my money story because if you are a newer listener, you may not have heard about really the trenches that my husband and I were in. So, first of all, I believe a rebrand deserves a reintroduction. So here I am. I am a mom, a wife, a nurse. I'm a speaker. I'm a financial abundance coach. And obviously, I am also your podcast host. I used to pray our debit cards wouldn't decline just running the simplest errand. Oh my gosh, it was so stressful. So that's an example of where my husband and I used to be. It's like, okay, I'm going to get groceries. Is the card going to go through? Is there money in there? This was before the days where you could just go on your phone and check your balance quick. Okay, so I didn't have that option. I literally had to swipe and pray. And that's what I did more often than not. I'm not proud of it, but that's how we lived for years. Get this though. We just paid, this is just an example of how far we've come over the years. We just paid $11,000 cash for new windows for our home. I honestly feel like I am living the life that I used to pray for. In fact, I really feel like I am. I'm living the life that I used to pray for. We vacation when we want, we dine out where we want, we don't have any fear or like anxiety or hesitation when we think about our finances in relation to our future. We're not worried about retirement. I am so thankful for the journey that we have been on because now I am equipped to help step into others like you step into the life that God has for you. I'm so grateful for our money. I'm thankful for all the skills, the talents, and abilities that God has given us to create income. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to feel the same way. I want you to just be like mind blown at what God has given you to create income. And I don't care how much income that is. I want you to be so incredibly excited and grateful for the ability to create income because let's just be real. That in itself is a blessing. That's a blessing. We, my husband and I, when I say we, I refer to that's who I'm referring to, just for context. We take several vacations a year. Some are quick, like one or two, overnights, little getaways. Some are a week, some are 10 days. And we often invite and pay for our adult children to join us. Not because they can't afford to pay, but because we want to pay. And let's be honest, when you're 21 and 23, you're also trying to save up to buy a home and save up for your future, right? Like a new car at some point and all those things that I wish I would have done when I was in my 20s. And I don't want me wanting them to take a vacation with us to be a financial burden on them. Okay? So that's just one of the things that it's like I look back and I'm like, dang, back in our financial lack, we couldn't afford to do anything. I shouldn't say that. When the boys were little, we would once a year go and spend like 1 or 2 nights at the water park, like about an hour and a half from our house. But that was it. And I had to like finagle money and move money and like do all the acrobats with the finances to make that happen. Not anymore. Not anymore. I didn't have a clue back then how to know what my net worth was or even what that meant. And if you're like, well, gosh, I don't know what that is or what that means, your net worth is just kind of like a gauge on how you are overall financially. And if you're curious to figure out your net worth, all you have to do, and I can actually put in the show notes, I'll drop my net worth tracker for you so you can just grab that and plug it all in. But all you have to do is take all of your assets, so all the things that you own, your cars, your house, your investments, any money you have in retirement, any savings, anything that's in the checking account, and you guess how much value was there, or hopefully an educated guess, right? Like you can look on Kelley Blue Book to get the about the value of your car, your home. You should be able to kind of have a rough guess there, that kind of thing. So you take that number, so the number of your that includes all of your assets, and then what you do is you subtract from that number all of your debt. So anything that you owe money to, if you have a car, if you still have a mortgage on your house, however much is left there, if you have any credit card debt, if you owe anyone any money anywhere, that gets subtracted from your assets, and then that amount will leave you with a net worth number. And it's just kind of a nice gauge to be like, how do we do now compared to 6 months ago? How's our net worth? Is it growing? Now, especially if you have investments, that number should be, growing year to year. I mean, week to week or month to month, it might go down a little bit. Your investments, I'm saying, not your net worth. I mean, I guess your net worth could go down a little. However, what you want to compare is like year to year, every 6 months, something like that. Don't compare week to week or even month to month can be kind of much because things are fluctuating, right? We, gosh, does our life look different? I wish I could like take a snapshot for you to see and then compare it to the life we have now. I mean, I was living in the life where we had to wait till payday to get groceries. We had to finagle money from here to there just to like sign the kids up for soccer or for summer school or to get new shoes for the school year. Anything that wasn't a quote unquote typical monthly expense. It was like, I don't know how we're going to find this. We always managed, but it was always stressful and I hated it. I hated it. All of our recurring bills were covered, our mortgage, our electric, our car payment, all of those things. But what I learned is that those are not your only expenses that you have in life, right? What about new clothes? Or what about getting my hair done? Or what about if I want to, take a friend to coffee or if we want to go to the fair, it's not that I wanted to live extravagantly, but we just were not, we were, it was sad. That's all I can say. The other thing that I'm really grateful for is, I mean, I just praise God that we did not need a new furnace or a new roof on our house during the first several years of our marriage because there would have been no way. I legit do not know what we would have done. I mean, I imagine we could have borrowed money or like asked our parents or something, but that felt so gross to us that I'm just so glad we didn't even have to go there. That, I mean, well, just the thought of it now. I mean, I'm so glad that we don't ever have to worry about that again because of how we've set ourselves up and what we've learned and the tools that we've gained and the clarity that we've gotten and just like the way that God has shown up and worked. It's so incredible. This summer though, we just got, as I mentioned earlier, we just got new windows put in our house. almost all new. There was a couple that didn't need replacing, but to the tune of $11,000 that we paid cash for. Okay, if you would have told me 15 years ago, hey, Jen, in 15 years, you and your husband are going to pay cash for all new windows that cost $11,000, I would have been like, whatever, you're lying. There's no way. But when we start having faith and we start trusting that we are on this journey that He has put us on, and we start leaning into what He is telling us, anything is possible. And I know we hear this over and over, right? Like with Christ, anything is possible. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But I cannot tell you how true it is. So let me just pause here and ask you, are you leaning on that? Are you inviting Him into your finances? Are you opening your heart to share with Him and to allow Him to like speak to you? Or are you so closed off thinking that you have to do this all on your own, and you might even feel like all this shame, right? Like how I used to feel. I used to feel like, why can't I figure this out? I must be so stupid. Other people have money. Why don't we have any money? What am I doing wrong? I can't get a handle on this. We're never going to be able to retire. When the truth was, was providing everything we needed. And He was putting us on this journey so we would learn to trust Him. And when I started realizing this, then my mind and my heart were open to the instructions He was giving me in obedience to managing our money, in obedience to a certain career path, or in obedience on where to be a good steward, and tithing, and like where to give, and how to show our children how to manage money. And I know that you might be listening to this right now, and you might be thinking, well, that's really great for you, but what about me? I'm tired of stressing out over money. I'm sick of working all the time and feel like I have nothing to show for it. I feel like I'm in this spin, like we're never getting ahead. And I just wanted to say, I hear you. I hear you. I feel you. And that used to be me. You are in the right place tuning in today to this podcast. This podcast is here to guide you, to support you, and to remind you always that leaning into faith is going to be where the results come from. Because now looking back, I didn't realize this at the time, but looking back, I was holding onto the handle of that steering wheel so tightly that there was no way God could have guided me, because I was trying to do everything in my own power. But I've made that turn. I let go of the wheel, I should say, and He made that turn. And that is what this rebranded podcast is all about, helping you align your faith and your finances so you can stop just getting by and start living your abundant life. Who wants to just get by and survive? No, we were made to thrive. God came so that we might have and enjoy life and live it to abundance, until to the full, until it overflows. Right? Oh my gosh, there's going to be so much more of this coming to you in this show. And if what I shared today, if my story resonates with you, please hit follow so you don't miss what's coming. We are just getting started here, and I've got so much to share about aligning your faith and finances so you can create your abundant life. And if you don't want to wait till next week and you're ready to take this deeper, please come join my free Facebook community. It's called Creating Confidence with Your Cash. It's where I share encouragement, resources, live trainings to help you align your faith with your finances. So until then, be open. Be open to the steps that God is calling you to, and find the courage to take action there. I'll see you next time.